Ready? Yeah. Cool. All right. My name is James Miley. I teach at Reno. That was cool. Did fun? Yeah. All right. We get these little certificates from the judges for musicianship. So, let's see here. Carlos. Yeah. So how was that for you guys?
Only if you talk good.
Yeah?
Solid.
Well, yeah, there always is. It's fun. There's a lot of good stuff going on. So I'm going to talk about a few things. You're a good band, so I can pick on you. And I like it when that happens. I like when I can actually talk about musical things. Because it's not always a given. So it's good. So there's a lot of little stuff. I scribbled a whole bunch of stuff on here.
Okay.
And hopefully it looks like it's good in English. That last tune, I just wanted to do something because this is what I tend to do as a composer. I'll look at charts from that standpoint, and if something's not working, just change it. And there's a groove here in the bass, and I know it's written out, but it's kind of square. Where you want to bump kind of like that. So what you're getting in every measure is 1, 3, 4, 1. Right? Can you play it? And I know, do you ever do the left hand with them, or do you stay out?
That's good.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so nobody else ever has that with you, do they? Yeah, can you pull it forward and put, so go like this, like you see what I'm talking? So you're gonna get that last triplet instead of B3. And you can wait for beat 4 if you want. So you're gonna needs to bounce a little bit. And the way he wrote that bass line is just kind of, it's like this lead weight that's good. I'm assuming it should feel like it lifts. Just play with it a little bit in terms of the groove, and then see what you get for the drums when he's doing that. Rather than having like 1, 3, 4, which is the articulation on the bass line, you're going to get that last triplet of B2. Play the line again. 1, 2, 3, So no, you don't have to do the last. So you can still land on 1. probably going to lean more towards that than what's written out. You should just groove on this tune. You're most likely not going to go 1, 3, 4, 1 and feel like that locks in. So just even that one little thing is going to make this thing kind of come alive a little bit. And so just from a rhythmic standpoint, it feels like it gets squashed. And it's just, I say that as an arranger and composer because like people do that to my music all the time. Maybe it's me being in a bad mood. I don't know. I like it when people mess with my stuff to make it better. So in that case, like, yeah, that line, if you just let it kind of lean forward a little bit, it'll feel like you guys lock in way better. That's a better feel for me. Does it change anything about how you're feeling the groove?
Still getting used to it.
Yeah, but it's the thing, you guys could do that for 10 minutes for a while someday, and you're probably going to feel like it frees you up a lot.
It locks up
Because
the second part of the drum pattern.
yeah, it's like the rhythmic stuff that's there is going to fall in place with that line a lot better than when it's written. So I would play with it a little bit. And then when you get to this, there's certain spots where it'll work fine to go back to the beat 3 business, and you can kind of judge where that is. But when you get to like 17, where it's that one still works. It just gives you this kind of nice shape of the section. Okay, let me see. I don't want to mess too much with that one. Let's go back to where's the one you were playing flugelhorns?
Someone in love.
Okay.
Burns.
Yeah, that's a nice tune. Okay. Here's the thing. All right. So, what changes for you guys in the trumpet section when you're playing all flutes instead of trumpets? Anything? It's what?
Tone's different.
And in what way?
Some notes are sharper, some notes
Okay.
are
Well, I mean, there's mechanical stuff. You're like C sharp. Oh, that's not cool. But what?
softer.
That's what?
Softer.
It's maybe a little softer. For me, it's darker, and that's what makes it cool. And what it sounded like is that you were still thinking like trumpet players. All right? Let it be dark. It's a great sound. And then, are you playing lead on this one?
Yeah.
You just kind of have to articulate a little bit more. I don't want to say assertive or aggressive, but it's in that line where you just kind of give it a little bit more so that you can cut through that dark sound. But don't try to make them pretend trumpets. It's nice when it's dark because that's just a nice warm sound. And what you'll end up having to do is just really cleanly articulate so it doesn't turn into a wash. The balance is really good, and the sound is good. I just want a little bit more from the top down where I could hear the voicing when you guys are all playing. Can you, what's that?
That was mine.
Yeah, can you do, oh, everybody play. Let's just start right at the top. How fast were you going?
Gotta get the other beat out.
Yeah. Right about here. Okay, be careful on a tune like this that we have those offbeat, isolated 8 notes and you don't rush them. They always want to roll back. Ready? Top. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Where you're kind of getting a little bit too bright with it, like you're wanting to force the sound somewhat. Let it be that dark. Just there's like who's that German guy? Till Bronner. There's a German flugelhorn guy. I think it's Till Bronner. It's like right on the edge of being smooth jazz, but it's still really cool. Because he's a great player. It's kind of like the guy from Portland, Chris Bodie, where you listen to him play, you go, oh, that guy can play, and then it's in this more pop context. There's this guy from, what's that? No, that's a different story. Sorry. We're not going to get into Kenny G. But there's a guy from Germany called Till Bronner, B-R-O-N-N-E-R. He's got this beautiful, dark, just rich flugelhorn sound. This is flugelhorn. And when you're getting into the high register, you're kind of letting it get too trumpety. You gotta let it be dark. It sounds great. And some of that is just maybe trying to feel like you need to force a little bit. Like, I'm going to play a lot. Just still will hear it. So it's more articulation letting it be dark. on the Barry, here's one thing. Are you gonna play this tune again, you think? Or are you done?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. When you have that line, boom, 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 beep, boom, beep, boom, boom, I would drop the and of 3 and the and of 4 and go like this. Boom, bing, boom, boom, bing, bing, bing. Right there on that line that you have. Because if it was bass clarinet, you'd be super happy. And trying to play that on the Barry, it's that low note. You're having to really force a lot to get the sound out. And then all of a sudden we're going, bum, bing, bum, ba, 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 ba. Yeah, just drop them. Do the first one, that's the pickup, and then get rid of the and of 3, and of 4. See what that sounds like. Because you're playing with the bass, he's going to cover it, so you're good. Can you try at the beginning again? Just think dark. Darkness, the darkness. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and. It's finding that balance of not done. So you got to put the separation in there, but make them a little softer. You don't need to articulate very much there at all. Does it make it easier to play the line?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're getting caught up and I got to get that note out, and then it's just pulling too much over here. And you guys don't lock in as much. I like that phrase extension. Can you do more of it in the? You know what I'm talking about right there, going into 19. Can you project it more in the rhythm section? Like really bring the band down so it feels like okay. When you arrive at 19, we should all be pulled forward. What are they going to do? Okay. So in terms of the decrescendo, you'd be really dramatic with it, and then the wind will follow. It'll be good. There's no good place to start. Just start at 9. Why not? 9, and then go into. Who's playing that solo? It's just oh yeah. Okay. Okay. 9, 2, and 1, 2, 3. Nice and full and big. I would be a little bit more patient when you got to your solo and don't feel like you need to force it. Because the note choices were all great. You played a nice line, but you wanted to. And I can do this. You don't need to worry about that. Nobody cares what else you can do. What do you have to say? This is what I have to say. Right. Because the melody is really laid back, isn't it? It's this nice melody. So if you just step on the gas and you're solo too early, getting too far with it. You guys in the altos need to articulate just a little bit more cleanly. I know it's a phrase, but those last 2 bars before 19, so we can hear all those offbeats. Work it right into beat 4, because it's decrescendoing and you're kind of letting it disappear too much. The rhythm section, if they help you, will get there just fine. There's never enough time to do these things. There's something else I wanted to say. First tune, what was the first tune?
Fascinating rhythm.
Fascinating rhythm. Oh, saxes! You have stuff at the beginning, and what we got out in the hall, there's 2 things going on here. Because I mean, as a band, you guys sound great. There's a really nice sounding ensemble, but sometimes there's balance issues where the brass is winning, and you'll usually win. But there are some really cool saxophone lines. There's a tiny little spot where you guys have that stuff in bar 5 and 6. You know what I'm talking about? You just need to project a little bit more. It's not going to be too loud. They'll win. And so, brass, when you hit beat 4, are you doing a sforzando? What are you doing there? Are you doing a nice attack? Yeah. So wait a little bit. Like on the crescendo, you're going a little too soon, and then it's stomping on the saxophone line. So pull back and then kind of make it a little more subtle in terms of the crescendo, because we'll hear it. You'll win no matter what. We'll do that. But I want to hear a little saxophone thing. And there were few spots in these charts where you guys got lost in the wash. So it's where you play lead. Just articulate it really clean. Just so here it comes. We just start, how's not too fast? There's 101. Is that a half note? 101.
Yeah. Took it down a little bit just to make sure that
Okay. From top, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want to help the saxophones out, they have a cap note on B4 at bar 9. Can you guys try this for me in the brass and actually cut off on B4 in bar 9? They go booty, booty, da. See if you stop the sound with them, whether or not that speaks more. Because you're going right to 1 and there's this little bass thing. Try to get from the top and then all the brass, cut off on 9. 1, 2, 3, sound like a hard tongue off right on 9 and then catch your next one. Top. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. If you guys are out, all of a sudden this thing speaks better. So I would be off. Does it mess you guys up in the trombones to not have to play into that?
No.
Yeah, that's cool, right? You're like, oh, I can reload for B1. Cut off on 4. 1 second here. What else can I tell you? Oh, the band's jamming next to it. Let's turn around and play really loud. Oh, the soft shout thingy. Where does that start? Right here? Brass. Okay, you guys as a brass section sound great. I don't think you need the help. You don't need to do it. All right? And you're going to want to do it. Yeah, so just stay out. Let them deal with it. Okay? I think there's a moment where you just kind of, you know what? You guys are on your own. Figure it out. And he's like, you're going off to college. Just play. So you can do it. I know you can do it. And I think it just color-wise, because you'll sit there like, I'm doing one hi-hat, man. There's not a whole lot you can do with that. So if you're out, and then they're dealing with time, where do you come back in? There's a little fill, right? Like going to 65?
65?
Oh, yeah, but what is that even for? Is that a transcription of something?
Yeah, it's from.
Oh, it is actually from the recording, yeah.
it's supposed to be.
Okay, I think he's just trying to set up beat 4. It's a setup for that big beat 4. But it may be a little weird. Can you just lay out, see how they do?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted.
Yeah, now you guys are on it. Look out. So where does that start?
440.
Let's get the lead into it. Can you start at the saxophone line? Start 45. Okay? Where you guys have your little thing. Ready? That's too fast. Color right here. Whoa. Is this good? Too fast.
No, bring it up. Challenge them.
All right.
Yeah. Make it now.
You do it. Ready? 45. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That's great. That was where that little thing, you just stay out. Just let them do it. That's cool, man. That sounds great. What you have to watch out for, though, is beat 3 and 4, you're going to want to rush. Whenever you have ba-da-bum-bum, you're wanting to reel it in. Like, oh, we got to get to the next downbeat. Just relax. That's going to be cool. You do one more time, and then I want to hear what happens when the rest of the band comes in. Because that's a great sound. Just relax and turn on your inner hi-hat. You all have one. You walk through the halls and there's a hi-hat going and somebody's talking to you and you're like, no, I'm checking out my hi-hat. Just let it be there. So 45 again, and then let the brass do their thing. And you guys now have to really set up the band, because rhythm section, you guys come in at 75. Yeah, with bass and drums, and you kind of come in underneath them, and then sax is your 2 bars after that. All right, so 45, ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 45 for real. So the 4 before that thing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. You sort of have to move a little bit. Down there, that's in there. You don't have to dance or anything. Dance inside. Do whatever it is you need to do. Feel it. That sounds to me so much more musical than having to rely on this thing. You guys have been playing this tune probably long enough that you got it down. The other thing that happens, once the hi-hat's out, that frees you up dynamically to not have to have your ceiling as high. I think when you hear anything from the drums, there's this, oh, we can really, let's go for it. When it's just brass, you can take that whole thing and pull it down and keep it really controlled so that it feels like we're getting really loud, but you don't even have to do that yet. So that when that swell happens, when the bass and drums come in and it goes back up to the big thing, that's when we're all going to go, oh man. So it's sort of like a soft shout, but not quite. I would just keep your top dynamic level down enough from where you are. The nice part when it got quiet is that you're still keeping the intensity, which is good. It needs to be a little cleaner when it's quiet down there, but it still feels pretty good. So are you going to do this thing again, or are you done with this one? Maybe?
No.
Next time you have one of these, you don't get a hi-hat. How's that? I'll call your director up and say, what's the hi-hat happening? No, okay, good. Yeah, I mean, it's just so much more fun, actually, because you're like, man, we're locking in. We don't need any help. It's good. All right? I think I need to run away. I'm supposed to be, yep. Thank you all.
Okay.